Hello and welcome back to another week of UOW TV's Hump-Day Hangout. My name's Will and this is Lily and we're your hosts for this week.
Joining us today we have a PhD candidate, fundraising runners and members of the UOW Run Club.
Running has always been a form of exercise that goes beyond physical health and plays such an important part in improving our mental well-being. Speaking of running, we are here today with Jordan, Sunny and Timothy to talk about the fundraising running events this weekend at UOW Sport Hubs. Thank you guys for joining with us today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. So what inspires you in the beginning to host such a big running event here at UOW?
Well, for myself, I've always been interested in running. And so when I got the email that there was an opportunity to host this event, I immediately jumped on it. It's been great working with Sonny and Jordan, and of course the rest of the volunteer team.
Yeah, that sounds really interesting. Yeah. What are the social benefits would you like to share when people running in groups? Like what are the difference between running individually and running in the big groups?
Well, a group that we like to running is the UOW Run Club, set up by Jonty. So big thanks to Jonty for organising that every week. We're running in a group, so it's a great way to make friends, great way to meet new people. And it's definitely easier than running by yourself as well.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I don't know, I just feel like there's such a difference. Like when I run by myself, I'm running like for a goal or I'm like trying to hit a certain pace or a time and pushing myself. And I kind of forget to like enjoy it because I'm just like too focused on like the outcome and the result. But I feel like when I run with my friends, it's more of a social thing. And it just makes me remember that like I can enjoy this hobby in just more ways than one, I guess. I feel like, yeah.
It's definitely true.
Yeah, definitely. I can feel that you guys really enjoy running.
Yeah.
So, in terms of the organization that you are raising fund for, the Beyond Blue, could you tell us a bit more about that? Like the organization and what is it aimed for to do?
Well, the scope of Beyond Blue, it's a non-profit organization that supports mental health.
Yeah, like I feel like running, I feel like Beyond Blue was the best sponsor, especially for me because I've like had a lot of mental health issues, and I feel like my fitness and running has really helped me with that. So if I'm going to support any organization, it's going to be regarding that and doing the marathon, pushing myself, learning this whole space has been phenomenal and changed me in so many ways. So yeah, I feel like Beyond Blue was like the best sponsor and like organization that we could raise money for regarding the event. Yeah.
Would you like to add anything with it?
I have a similar story to what Jordan mentioned. I've struggled a bit with some mental health issues, and running has been sort of my outlet to help me with recovering from that. So I believe that Beyond Blue is really one of the best charities we could be sponsoring for this event.
How do you guys think that running can help people, especially students at our University of Wollongong, to live such a better and healthier lifestyle?
Well, first of all, running is free.
True.
Yeah, you don't have to pay gym memberships for that. And you can take however long you want. Some people like to go for like a 10-minute run, others maybe a half marathon in the morning. So, there's so many different ways you could use running to fit into your schedule.
Yeah, I think it's a great way for university students who are always slumped with work, either uni work or real work, and it's just a great thing to do to just get away from all of that and just refresh your mind.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know, I just think running is such a we spend so much time looking at screens and just like trying to trying to like just sink in to like just forget about our issues and our past and everything. And I feel like running to me is just the best reason that I can get outside, move my body, and just like free myself from like my phone and my uni work. And I feel like I just get so caught up in that like mundane life. And I feel like just running outside, the wind blowing in my face, like that's all I want, and that just improves my day like 100%. Like I can't run on a treadmill. I feel like I need to run outside. Just getting out there, like with the leaves, the trees, the sky, everything. I just think it's phenomenal. Yeah.
You guys are absolutely right, and I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys want to get after this event?
Well, we're just looking to promote running more and the benefits it can offer to mental health. So that's why we're going with Beyond Blue. It's just a great way to escape from reality.
I was just gonna say, yeah, we can't wait to raise some money for Beyond Blue, and then after the event, like we're raising money for the marathon. So me and Sunny are in a particular hard training block right now, pushing ourselves really hard. It's pretty brutal, but once we do that, we hope to just gain more exposure, especially for the Run Club since they like just started this year. So hopefully like next year can just be even better. We get more runners, more exposure, more people, just like kick it off.
Yeah, 100%.
Thank you so much for listening with us today. Back to William and Lily.
And that was Min speaking to Sunny, Jordan and Timothy about their Beyond Blue relay fundraiser that's coming up this weekend.
And running has certainly swept us off our feet, as now we are going to speak to another UOW Run Club member. Olivia Tolado has the story.
Running with the theme of today, we are chatting to Jada Way, an avid participant of UOW Run Club. Thanks so much for joining us, Jada.
Thank you for having me.
No worries. So just to kick us off, could you tell us a little bit about your motivation for joining running and choosing it as your form of exercise?
Yeah, so I've been going to the gym for a little while, and sort of some of my friends suggested joining the Run Club. Figured, why not? Like, there's nothing to lose by going and trying something new. And I've really enjoyed the social aspect of it, like making some new friends, going out, feeling good about myself.
Yeah, no, 100%. Would you say there's been a big change in like your physical or mental health since you started?
Mental health, definitely. Like, especially the Monday evening ones. After doing a big day of uni on a Monday, it's really nice to be able to go out, go for a run, burn off some steam, chat to some friends. It's just a really good outlet for any stress from uni.
Yeah, no, definitely necessary as well. What is the kind of timings that you guys tend to meet up?
So we go 6 p.m. on Mondays and 6:30 a.m. on Wednesdays, which it's a bit early, but sunrise is nice.
Do you have a preference?
The Monday evening. It's just easier to make it to that.
I can imagine it would be a nice way to kick off the week as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no, 100%. And yeah, 6:30 is quite early. So what is the running community like at UOW?
It's really, really positive. Like, everyone's always encouraging each other. Like, if you're running a little bit slower than some other people, someone will run past and be cheering you on.
Yeah.
It's a really, really nice community. It's just a group of really lovely students that all have a passion for bettering themselves. And
that's
it's
beautiful.
really nice.
How many of there are you?
This morning there was probably about 20 or 30 of us. But there's quite a lot of people that sort of come in and out of different runs.
Yeah, true. Are many of you on Strava or anything like that? Like, is that a big part of it?
There are plenty of people on it there. They're always starting their Stravas before they start their run.
Yeah, no, it's good motivation as well, I think, having that kind of online part of it and the little kudos. Like, I'm a sucker for a bit of a kudos, like, I'm not going to lie to you. No, but that sounds really wholesome. I'm glad that it's kind of operating in the way that it is. So as a Run Club member, there is a running relay event this weekend that's raising money for Beyond Blue. I was wondering if you were planning on going to it or if you'd heard about it before today.
Yeah, a couple of the people in the club this morning were talking about going to it. I've got work and some different commitments on this weekend, so I unfortunately won't be able to attend, but really proud of the people that are going along.
Yeah, it's a really good cause, and I'm really, it's awesome. A 24-hour relay kind of charity event as well. It's really cool. There was a similar thing earlier this year, but it was swimming.
Right.
raising money for MS Australia. So it's kind of like a bit of a theme, I guess, like that kind of 24-hour relay style event.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of cool that they're adopting it and going for it this weekend as well. So just to finish us off today, I have a bit of a question that's been circulating meme pages on Instagram, on social media, that kind of thing. What do you think about people joining run clubs in place of downloading Hinge, or like in terms of finding like a romantic partner?
Look, whenever I tell people I've joined a run club, it's the first thing they ask me.
Really? Yeah.
But I think it's just a really good social activity, and you end up meeting like-minded individuals. So I guess you can see where it comes from. That you might be able to find a partner there.
Yeah, no, 100%.
I just go for the vibes.
Yeah. No, 100%. I feel like if it happens, that's awesome.
Yep.
Great. But if not, like, you are kind of there for the exercise, for the social aspect as well. So. Yeah, no. I mean, do you have any romantic stories that you'd like to share, or?
I don't actually.
No, fair enough. No. I'll let you know if I end up finding any as well, just to add to the never-ending content, really.
Yeah.
UOW Run Club have a stall at the Health and Well Fest down on campus today. We have Kyle talking to Jonty, the president of the UOW Run Club. Thanks, Kyle.
Thanks, Liv. We are down here at the Fit and Well Fest down on campus. I am here with Jonty, president of the UOW Run Club. Jonty, how are you doing?
Not too bad, not too bad.
So, what made you start the UOW Run Club, man?
Yes, a couple of the friends, we got together, we decided what is missing on this campus, and we said a run club, right? So it's a good place to just get around, be social with people, sort of get moving with everyone, and good way to meet people.
How have you gone about getting people involved?
So advertising, stuff like this, our store, we've been having an Instagram, people follow our socials, people see us on socials and then come join us.
Have you had good engagement so far this year and good involvement from people on campus?
So we had a great involvement, especially at the start of the year and the start of the semester when it was especially really warm. We came and we ran, we had a lot of people, we had about 60 to 70 people in our first few runs. And then sort of dropped off as a bit colder, but then it's starting up again when the semester starts. So it's going really well.
Awesome. Jonty, tell us about the charity event this weekend.
Yeah, so the charity event is a 24-hour relay run. You grab a team of 4 and then you'll run together. You'll make sure one person on the track at all times and we'll see who can get furthest.
Awesome. How have you guys gone about getting people involved so far, and why do you think it is so important for people to get involved with running?
Yeah, I feel like it's just a really great way to boost your mental health, your social health. You can meet new people. I think that's the main important thing about a run club is you just get to meet new people that you can just get involved with, become lifelong friends with. So that's the main point.
Awesome. Thank you, Jonty.
Thanks, Kyle and Liv. We'll now be hearing from Chloe Haynes from the UOW School of Psychology, who'll be talking about and presenting her 3-minute thesis.
Hello, you're watching Hump-Day Hangout, and we're here today with Chloe Haynes, third-year PhD candidate who has recently competed in the 3-minute thesis competition. Welcome, Chloe. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Not a problem. So we'll get into it. Could you tell us a bit about your research?
Yeah. So my research is mainly focused on women who are accessing treatment for opioid use disorder. And so when we're talking about opioids, that's things like heroin and fentanyl, but it's also prescription opioids, so things like codeine or morphine or kind of like stronger painkillers. Yeah. Kind of interested in doing 2 things. So the first thing is really understanding how women who use opioids are experiencing treatment. We know that our kind of treatment system for alcohol and drug use isn't particularly well set up for women. Yeah. So first of all, trying to understand kind of how they navigate that system, and then following on from that, trying to understand, what parts are services doing really well for women and where might services need to have a little bit of improvement, or where we might need to make some changes so that women's needs are being met more efficiently.
Yeah, wow, that sounds like amazing work. Tell us, how did you find the competition?
Terrifying. Terrifying. I kind of signed up for the competition when I was in this very motivated PhD mood, which I think happens to a lot of people. We sign ourselves up for things and then we get to doing the thing and we regret it a little bit. Yeah. But it was still really, really good. I think that there's something about, they say trying to reduce a 90,000 word thesis into a 3-minute presentation.
Yeah, that's insane.
Is so hard. But I think that it was a really good experience because it kind of teaches you what the kind of gist of your research is and what the main points are and what you really want people to know. So I think that even just for my own kind of development, I think that that was a really good thing to kind of get the story in my head.
Yeah, sure.
And then the actual presentation was a bit terrifying with the streaming on YouTube and all of the mics in the big room, but still a really cool experience.
An amazing way to get your research out there as well and make people aware. Yeah, especially such an important issue.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's great. So would you like to give it a go?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, sure.
So we'll hand over to Chloe now, who will give us a presentation of her 3-minute thesis.
I'd like you to imagine for a moment that you're a woman who's been having problems with substance use. Society tells you that you don't match up with our expectations of a proper woman. You're supposed to be a wife, a mother, a caretaker, a nurturer, but you're also dealing with the fact that you might not fit the molds of a proper addict either. You're a double deviant, they tell you. You're not what we're expecting. Historically, substance use research has focused on men's needs in recovery. And early addiction research emphasised this patriarchal idea of women as being weak or more disturbed than men. But it's become really clear that we can't ignore the complexities of gender and how it impacts addiction and recovery. Opioid use has hugely affected women, with rises in prescription opioid use as well as use of illegal opioids like heroin. Women make up around 1/3 of people getting treatment for opioid use, but given all of these patriarchal and societal notions of addiction and treatment, it's become really important for us to understand how well our treatment services are meeting women's needs. So my PhD research is focused on women who are accessing treatment for opioid use disorder. What do these women look like when they enter treatment? Do they look different than men? What risks do they present with? What are their actual experiences of opioid use and treatment, and how have these been shaped by their gender? And how can we ensure that women have a safe space to access treatment where the intricacies of being a woman who uses substances are understood? So I've completed a review of published research in this area, which showed that women often report negative or mixed experiences of treatment across a range of things, including their interactions with staff, experiences of stigma, and really strict treatment rules. A woman in one study talked about the challenges of being a woman and trying to get help for her opioid use. The system sets us up to fail, she said. Another one of my studies showed how risk factors for opioid overdose, so things like polysubstance use, age, living arrangements, tend to accumulate differently for men and for women, which is really important in treatment planning and making sure that we provide people with adequate and specific support when they leave treatment. I'm also planning to interview women in treatment to understand all of these experiences even more, including how they have been shaped by the fact that they are women who are trying to navigate a typically male-focused and male-dominated treatment system. So overall, this research will provide us with an understanding about what more we can do to help women who are using opioids and want to get help. It will help us understand how we can make policy or service level changes to ensure that women who use opioids can receive effective care where they feel safe and respected, where their needs can be properly met, and where they're free from this expectation that they need to look like a proper woman or a proper addict in order for them to have the best shot at recovery.
You have just heard from Chloe Haynes, and that was her 3-minute thesis presentation. Well done, Chloe. That was amazing.
Thank you.
How do you feel that went?
Good.
Yep.
I have practiced it so many times, I feel like I could say it in my sleep.
Yeah, for sure. Compared to the competition, do you think you did better or worse today?
I don't know. I feel like, and this is something that tends to happen to me whenever I give big presentations, it's almost like it's like an out-of-body experience, and I kind of finish the presentation, I sit down and I'm like, oh God, like I hope that went okay.
Yeah.
But I think that in the actual competition, I was just so filled with adrenaline, and it had so much build up. So I think that the competition day was actually probably the best one.
Yeah, for sure. I can imagine that adrenaline running through your system.
Yeah, just the pressure, and I had family members in the front row and friends watching online, so it was very...
Yeah, well done for doing this. I imagine it's been a bit of a stressful time, as well as obviously working on your PhD in the background. So thank you for all the great work you're doing, and thank you for joining us today.
No, thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for watching. We've just spoken with Chloe Haynes about her 3-minute thesis. This is Hump-Day Hangout.
Thanks once again to Chloe and to Lily for that insightful and enlightening chat. This has been Hump-Day Hangout on UOW TV. I'm Will, this is Lily, and we've been your hosts for this week, and we'll see you again next week.